You know, it's not every day that we get some brand new information that a third-party game is having some problems coming to a Nintendo system. Oh wait, that's almost every day. Hey guys, it is Extremizer here, and today I am going to be talking out yet another third-party burn. And actually it's basically a continuation of a video I've already done, and it's dealing with Project Cars. Woohoo! Slightly Mad Studios, the creators have, set themselves up for a very, very interesting holiday season. With their brand new next-gen racer Project Cars, it's supposed to really turn tables and show the guys over at the development teams of Forza and Gran Turismo how to make a proper racing simulator. The point is, the game is critically acclaimed, has a lot of backers, from fans and from the media, that it's going to be really great. And it's been in development for quite a while now, I think about 2 to 3 years, and now it's finally going to be released. Finally, after such a long development process, it's finally going to be released for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Wii U version is coming, but just not yet. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, because it's been talked about before, it's been talked about by the developers before, it's been talked about by gamers before, but some brand new news has come to light, and now I just wanted to make a quick video about this change. And basically, for the past few days we've been getting some brand new information about the game and how far it's come, and they've said some really cocky things, I guess you can say. They're really proud of their work, and they also touched on this missing Wii U version, because like I said, it's coming out to PC, PS4, and Xbox One within the next 2 months. But for the Wii U owners, you're all gonna have to wait until next year to get it, so why? Well, last time they were saying about how they wanted to make sure that the Wii U version was as great as it could be, and so that's why they decided to delay the game, because they wanted to make sure that when it was finally released, Wii U owners would be getting a really great, decent port of the game. Yeah, that's good in itself, but not when you're making us wait months after the game has already released on other systems. And with this brand new statement from the team, they basically said the same thing, except they, tried to make themselves even seem a little more innocent. And this is what Andy Tudor, who is the creative director of the development team, this is what he had to say. He says, "We obviously delayed until 2015, and there were some passionate people who got in touch with us about that. There's no conspiracy here. We announced the Wii U version very early on in our development cycle, and some people think because we've been working on it a lot longer, so it should be out by now. The Xbox One version looks wicked, the PC version looks awesome, so does the PS4 version. It's not a goal to rush the Wii U version and have it not look as good as the other ones. The Nintendo fans we've got are crying out for a game like this. They don't really have that experience currently, and there hasn't really been anything like it on Wii previously. It's not our job to disappoint those guys, so when we say the Wii U version is delayed in 2015 because we need a little more time, that's all it is. We just want to make sure it's of the same standard of all the other games. To do that, we just need a little more time. I've seen the Wii U version, I've seen it quite regularly. It's got dynamic time of day and weather. It looks phenomenal. And the console itself is actually quite good." That was the quote from Mr. Tudor on the Wii U version of the game. He's the creative director at Slightly Mad Studios, the developers of Project Cars. That is why the Wii U version is delayed until next year, people, because they just need a little more time. Oh my goodness, if you watch my next video, then what I'm about to say is probably just going to be an echo. But I'm gonna say it again because why? It's the same principle. It's the same situation. Nothing has changed here. The Wii U version has been in development for at least about a year to a year and a half. It was when the game was first announced. It was announced to be coming to PC and Wii U. Later on, Xbox 360 and PS3 were added to that list. Then they were taken off and replaced by PS4 and Xbox One. Either way, the Wii U version has been in development for practically just as long as the PC version, if not just a little bit shorter. So why? Why slightly mad? Why do you suddenly need extra time to finish up a version of the game that has been in development from practically the get-go? That makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. In no logical universe does that make sense. Heck, in no fantasy universe would that make sense. It's God. Ubisoft basically gave the exact same reason with Watch Dogs. They said, well, you see, we want to make sure that the Wii U version is as good as it could be, so we need a little more time. I don't know what's it with that line. Like, is that you guys' favorite line or something? We need a little more time. We, you know, like Nintendo Wii. We need a little more time. I don't get that. I don't get that whatsoever. It just does not make sense. It really doesn't. Because you have all these versions, and the Wii U version has been in development for the longest. Almost the longest. Like with Watch Dogs, it was in development for PC, PS3 and 360, then of course Wii U version was added on later, and then even after that, Xbox One and PS4 were added on later. So why did the PS4 and Xbox One get that game less than 6 months after they hit the market? And Wii U owners don't even know when they're getting that game, and it is now almost the season when they were supposed to be getting it, you know, fall 2014. We haven't even seen a screenshot or a gameplay video of Watch Dogs. And it's the exact same thing for Project Cars on Wii U. No gameplay clips, no screenshots, nothing. Zilch. And it makes you wonder, what on earth are they doing? Andy Tudor says that he's seen the game, he's been seeing it regularly. Okay, if you've been seeing it so much, then why can't we see it? You have 14,000 gameplay clips of the game on PC. You have almost 100 something gameplay clips of the game on PS4. Yes, and I'm exaggerating, but I'm just trying to, make a point here. You have several gameplay clips of the game on PS4. Long, if you can announce that the PS4 and the Xbox One and the PC versions are going to be released within 2 months from now, why is it such an issue that the Wii U version can't be launched alongside of it? Why? And then, when it releases, what are they gonna say? When it sells 95,000 units, what are they gonna say? Oh, well, you see, this is why other third-party companies don't pay attention to Nintendo systems. You see how bad our games sold? Nintendo gamers don't care about our games. This is why Project Cars 2 is not coming to Wii U. This is why our next racing game is not coming to Wii U, because they just simply aren't interested in our games. No, that's not the reason, and you know that's not the reason. If you're gonna put gamers in a corner, what do you expect them to do? You have a user base of about 16 million with PS4 and Xbox One alone. When Project Cars launches, it's going to have a user base of approximately 16 million, if not 17 million by then. Out of those 17 million people, and I'm just giving a rough estimate here, let's say 2 million people go out and buy Project Cars between PS4 and Xbox One. About 2 million people buy the game, or 3 million. When that game launches sometime next year, we don't know, sometime next year, let's be generous, let's say March, early next year, March 2015. Let's say that game launches on March 2015 on Wii U. How many people, if 16 million people had the chance to buy it, 3 million got it between two systems, how many people out of the basically 7 million users on Wii U it's probably going to be 8 million by then, but we'll see. How many people are going to go out and buy that game on Wii U, even though they've already got it on the other systems? Let's not even talk about PC, because PC is really, really massive user base. It just makes no sense. They're almost trying to set themselves up for failure. They keep saying, oh, we're putting in all this effort to make sure that Nintendo gamers are quite happy with the Wii U version of Project Cars. If they really are doing it, and it's commendable, it's admirable, because many third-party developers, they really don't care about the Wii U versions of most of their games. And not even just the Wii versions, just the Nintendo versions of their games. They usually tend to be really, really crappy ports. Point is, if they are putting in all this extra effort, it's only going to go to waste, just like the Criterion did with Need for Speed Most Wanted U. That Need for Speed Most Wanted U is the definitive version of the game. It is. Except for a few performance hiccups, it is. It has the prettiest graphics, it has the most gameplay features. It is the definitive version. Yet, that game did not sell anywhere near what Criterion probably thought it was going to sell on Wii U. Why? Because it came out almost 9 months later. That's why. Like, it was already on PS3, 360, PC, and Vita. How many more sales did they expect to get from a 9-month-old game? With only one DLC pack released, and that was on the disc already, so technically it barely even counts. Like, third-party developers, it's like, do they even think these things through? And when they come out saying these things to try and make people understand, they don't even try and cover it up properly. Like, if you're gonna lie, lie good. Lie good. Be like the politicians. Make people say, yes, I totally believe you. I totally trust in you. I definitely, you have my vote. You're awesome. Yeah, and right, it's just, they're just grinning from ear to ear because they know they're lying. Why can't these third-party developers be like these politicians? Lie good. If you're gonna lie, lie good. Because really, the only person you're fooling is yourself. If you really think that people are going to believe that the reason why the Wii U version of Project Cars is not coming out until 2015 is because you need a little more time. We need a little more time to wonder how long is it going to take for third-party developers to realize that Nintendo gamers are not stupid, and also to realize that Nintendo gamers are not going to keep buying half-baked products. Like, if you want your game to sell, give people content, give people the DLC, just like on the other versions. Have the same price as the other versions. Come on, give people a reason to buy the games. Just putting the game on the system and saying, okay, here, see, we released it. That's not gonna get people to buy your games. They're gonna treat you the same way you're treating them. Oh, you're treating us like trash? Well, let's treat you like trash too. Your games don't mean nothing to us, so we're gonna go to people who actually want to give us proper games. Nintendo. I think Nintendo has basically spoiled their own customers, because when Nintendo makes a game, you know Nintendo is gonna treat the customer right. For the $60 that they're gonna be charging for the next 4 years for one game, for the $60 that game is going to hang at that price range, that whoever buys that within the 4 years is gonna stay at that full price, they're gonna enjoy themselves. Because Nintendo makes quality games that are actually worth buying. You don't mind spending $60 on Super Mario Galaxy 3 years after it released, because you know it's a good game. They know they're gonna get it back. It's not a matter of, are we going to get it back? Am I really going to enjoy this game? It's not a matter of, am I really going to enjoy this game? They know they're gonna get their money's worth. But when third parties go out and they release these games, microtransactions, DLC galore, you're paying $60 for 70% of the game, and that's just being generous. 70% of the game, but the other 30 to 40% is locked behind a paywall. That's what you expect from an EA or Activision or Ubisoft game. And they're only making themselves look worse, especially when they put the games out on Nintendo systems months after the other versions, and not just that, missing content, missing features. And the only person to blame is themselves. So slightly mad when the Wii U, this totally awesome Wii U version of Project Cars comes out, I honestly hope, and I'm being honest, I'm really being honest, I honestly hope it sells as good as you think it's going to sell. And I hope you think it's going to sell 300,000 units, being modest here. That's really being modest. Nintendo gamers may not have the realistic sim racers like Project Cars or Forza or Gran Turismo. It's going to be unique, but trust me, they're not going to be putting any money down if they've already played the game on another system, which they more than likely own. And they're really missing a big opportunity here. PS4, Xbox One, PC, they're going to be getting some pretty big games in November, in October, in December. You have the new Call of Duty, you have Madden, FIFA, Assassin's Creed, you have Forza, you have Destiny coming out in a few days actually. You have a lot of big titles that are going to be coming out at the very same time or really close to Project Cars on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. What does Wii U have? Wii U doesn't have any of those games, which means Project Cars would literally be in a class all by itself. Barely any competition. The only competition it's gonna have, which is still pretty big competition, is Nintendo's own games. But how cool would it be if Nintendo gamers could pick up their new copy of Bayonetta 2, could pick up their new copy of Hyrule Warriors, could pick up their new copy of Super Smash Bros. Along with Project Cars to go along with it. How cool would that be? But no. You want to make sure it's ready, so you're going to need a little more time. Well, I hope you have a little more time to think about what you do when your game doesn't sell too well. It's only a matter of time to see exactly how good this version is going to be, and if those sales are going to reflect how much effort was put into it. Only time will tell, and I promise you it's going to come and bite them in the butts. I know it. I know it because we've seen it before. Rayman Legends did not sell as good as it could have. Need for Speed Most Wanted U did not sell as good as it could have. Other games like Mass Effect, Deus Ex, all those delayed games, they're not going to sell as good as they could have. Why? Because they're coming late. People have already bought them months earlier, and nobody cares about them anymore. It's only a matter of time. So guys, I'm done rambling now. I really just had to make this video again because, you know, like I said, new information, same outcome, but I just wanted to reinforce just how crazy developers think we are. But in all actuality, they have to be crazy ones. Anyway, I'm done. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please make sure that you give it a like, and of course, press the subscribe button. You know you wanna. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Until then, I am going to see you guys later. Have a great day, and of course, keep on gaming.